Having done dozens or hundreds of houses for other people before, when you get to do your own, it's a really special moment to sort of lean into some of the ideas and principles that you try and live by. I'm Lachlan McArdle, Director at Lande Architects, and this is my own home, Hawke's House.
Welcome to the Artedomus Journey series. After designing and building countless family homes for other clients, the local project were interested to see all the design decisions, collaborations, and all the different things that go into a cohesive family home. We're almost there, there's only a few decisions to go. We're putting the finishing touches on some of the final finishes within the house.
Every site visit, something else, especially in this last month or two, has really come along. Just from seeing the plaster go in and the paint, seeing how the light's starting to interact with the place. I'm really looking forward to how the stone and the cabinetry finish off those tiled areas. This was sort of the first day I'd seen it without any sort of scaffolding or fencing around it, which was, really cool to see a little insight of what it's going to look like in the street as it's finished. So today with Jamie from Artedomus, we're going to be going over the final stone selections, grout colours, and those little 1%ers which really tie a space together. Typically we'll have these as a placeholder in the contract, but we always insist that there's a site visit once a few of those materials are starting to go into a space. Even me myself, first time I walked into the bathroom down here with the Nagi border tiles, it was just completely different to any other light I'd seen it in. Just until it's in the space, surrounded by the materials that it's going to live with, it's really hard to make those decisions. So really grateful to someone like Jamie coming out and lending her expertise and weighing in on some of those final selections. So here we are. So we've actually got the Cotta tobacco terracotta, sort of going all the way from off the footpath onto this, up the steps. We've got a landing going all the way back to the bricks there, and then the front door's tucked away.
Oh, nice. It's going to go straight through and follow into the entry.
So it goes all the way through the entry up to the kitchen.
Beautiful. Very nice.
Yeah. So we've got the curve here, so it's not so, like abrupt and angular towards the laneway, but this is sort of the natural line of the tidal boundary, forms this sort of 30-degree cutback. So we had Kraus, they've actually custom made these bent bricks.
Oh wow.
There's even transition bricks, so you don't have to have like an expansion gap or a stacked mortar joint, so they sort of really seamlessly turn around the corner.
It looks so big from standing on the street.
Yeah, it's got a presence. The guys from FenCon were able to sort of thread the needle when that crane was dropping this beam in, so we sort of were able to keep nearly all the branches of these birch trees, which what that does is, as they grow up through the pergola, it sort of looks like it's already been here a lot longer than it has.
And you've got all that beautiful natural light coming into the lounge room.
Yeah. So we've got the made by Story walnut timber floors through here, and you can see where that meets the Lithos Cotta.
They go so well together, these two colours.
Maroons coming through really sort of work well with this, I think.
Yeah, they really do.
Obviously the sort of the creams and the bricks, and then the timber that's going to be on the deck outside as well coming through.
I love the transition from the light, airy facade outside coming into the more warmer tones.
Yeah.
I think that looks great. I am so glad that you used these from the floor to the walls. Look at that colour.
So cool.
And how the natural light is touching on the glass too. I love it. What stone do we end up with on this one?
Silver trove.
Oh, beautiful. Great.
Yeah.
So following on from the laundry downstairs.
Yeah.
I feel like this space ties in really well with the kitchen.
Yeah.
The colours.
Yeah.
I have not seen the Nagi border tiles installed before.
Yeah.
I love these colours.
They're beautiful.
They feel really organic for this space.
Going back to these regular suppliers that we sort of often work with and collaborate with, it's been really refreshing to sort of say, look, I've got a bit of an open blank canvas here to work with. What do you think might work well? And we've sort of been able to have a peek behind the curtain sometimes with some products that they might be developing. So I know the Caritza stone from Artedomus was one that wasn't initially on our radar. And as we sort of explored another stone, Tiberio, we felt it was sort of too pink and red. So Jamie came to us with one that hadn't actually landed just yet and ended up being the perfect match to a lot of the other materials, which all fell into place. Most challenging part of the project is probably definitely being our own. Those decisions that sort of sometimes come easier with clients or sometimes feel a bit more like a wrestle when it's your own project and you're the stakeholder and sort of end user with your family. Sometimes the stakes are a little bit higher. You give yourself a little more leeway to sort of try some things that you'd been wanting to try on other projects.
As construction ramps up towards the completion, we're really excited to see all these finishing touches come together and get to enjoy the finished product.